Yeah.
Oh. All right, I'm gonna open up the Douglas Water Source Commissioners meeting. It's September 5th, 2023, and it is now 7:15. Present is Keith Bonias, Colin Hayes, Bob Sullivan, and myself, Bob Drury. So, we're gonna review the minutes of the meeting. Which ones are these? We did most of them the last time, didn't we?
Yeah, this is just the last meeting. We're all caught up now.
Anybody need a minute to read it?
Did you read them, Bob?
I did not. I'm just gonna shut the air conditioner off in case
Excuse me.
All right, any questions on August 8th?
I'm just saying the asset spelled wrong on the second to the last line on the first page.
Good?
Yeah.
I make a motion that we accept the meeting minutes from August 8th, 2023 as amended. Bob had us correct the spelling of asset.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And Bob, you got the,
So I got a sewer
monthly
report,
sewer,
not
we don't have the,
not a water report. Steve's on vacation this week. So for the month of August, we had 6.56 inches of rain, flow of 6.12 million gallons for an average of 197,489. Cinegrove hauled 113,100 gallons. Wasted 204,750 gallons for an average of 6,605 gallons per day. We used 1,035 gallons of alum, 0 gallons of sodium hydroxide, 327 kilowatt hours of electricity, and the river average was 29.661 cubic feet per second. I think that's the first time in August we've been over what was required of 16. So we didn't have any river flow issues this year.
what was that?
No, we had plenty of rain.
It's rain constantly. Every week we get rain, so
Yeah.
so he's preparing for the fourth quarter toxicity testing. The new Gilboa Street pump station has started installation. So they, I don't know if you guys noticed, if you drove by, the actual tank vessel itself is installed now.
I didn't notice.
I haven't been down there
Yeah.
in 2 or 3 days,
Yeah.
but,
Yeah. Well, it all went into one day, so that was.
Go smoothly?
Everything went pretty smooth putting it in. Now they're having trouble getting the slide rails out because the sales rep was there to tell them how to install it, even though they've installed a bunch of them themselves. And they were trying to level and square it, and the guy's like, "Oh, you don't have to worry about that." So it went in cockeyed. So now with the pressure of the dirt and everything on it, they can't get them to come up because they're not square. So yeah, add the extra resistance of pulling them up cockeyed.
Yep.
So they were kind of beating on their excavator trying to pull them out. And they weren't able to get them out today, so we'll see if they can do that tomorrow. But as they backfill, they pull the slides up. So once they get those up, I would assume it'll only take another day to backfill that. Then they have to start on the manhole and the valve vault that are in the road. So I would assume that will probably start next week.
So is the existing one still in place?
Yes.
Okay. That's funny how they were doing
They
it.
were just up to the side of that one. So yeah, that'll remain functioning until this one's up and running. Which probably won't be till December at the earliest, because the control panel for the new pump station isn't due to be delivered till then, even though the whole contract's supposed to be done by November 1st.
Oh, boy.
So that's one of the reasons I've been pushing for no change orders, no delays. So all the delays are kind of put on them, not us. So we did do a change order. I think we discussed it a little at the last meeting. We did a change order to extend the time on Northeast Main,
Yeah.
just to extend the paving portion. You know, they tried to put the change order as a change order to extend the contract, but we made it specific that it was only for the paving. Everything else needed to be done. So they're a little worked up about that because the generator's not going to be in until February. The control panel's not going to be in until December, so they're already missing their deadlines. So
The penalties for them missing the deadlines?
there is. I'd have to look at the contract. It's usually like $1,000 a day or something like that. But they usually find a way out of that. You have to approve damages and everything else in order to do that, but I'll come up with something. The bridge is open. I don't know if you guys noticed that. So they are using the bridge for the construction traffic. They open that so nothing's coming in Northeast Main now, so that they can finish the water line up there. They'll probably have the water line up to Northeast Main tomorrow, but Ricciardi's going to take several more days to get up to them. I think it took them about 10 hours to do 600 feet, and Ricciardi gets about 100 feet a day. So
600 feet in 10 hours?
that's what they do. What the Vinagre crew does, yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Well, they got big equipment and
Yeah.
nothing in their way. But those guys are pretty good over there.
Yeah.
So get that up there. They set the pump station. The bridge is open, they pulled the Jersey barriers, I'm sure you've seen that, they just have the cones out there now. They're supposed to be restriping in front of the bridge on Friday. That includes adding a turning lane to come into the bridge from, going westbound. So, let's see, the bridge,
So they're gonna pull the Jersey barriers out?
they already pulled the Jersey barriers.
Well, I didn't, I came home from 16, so I'm not driving down that road anymore.
A little bumpy. Let's see, what else we got? Yeah, so they got about 600 feet left on the Charty side, so I'd say probably 2 weeks for them. They did manage to pave all the open trench on Friday, so we didn't. They had planned 2 days, but then the owner said no, put more pipe in and do it just on Friday. So they worked until I think it was almost 6 getting the paving done on Friday. The kid that got hurt, he's back on the site today. That's about it for that stuff.
Yep.
So next week will be a mess on Gilboa, so might want to find alternate routes that day.
Next week?
Yeah, because they're gonna start working on the road again to replace the
Oh,
new manhole,
yeah.
and put the valve vault in, connect all the force main in. They're gonna have to reroute how our force main goes now, because it goes through that manhole that they have to replace, so. See what
Road
happens.
16, rotaries are all done, all paved, lined. It's
Oh, down Wexford?
Yeah.
I really haven't had a problem at all with Gilbo, like as far as traffic wise and.
Yeah.
No, I think
Yeah, the lights work
I think the
good.
traffic lights work well.
Yeah, lights
We haven't
work
had really
great.
Any issues with those?
Yeah, lights work awesome. I will say that.
Um,
Lights work great.
The first day I had to readjust the time a little because it was backing up eastbound.
Yep.
Because I kind of set it up thinking I didn't want things backing up onto 146 because then DOT gets involved. But we didn't have an issue. I kind of switched it around so the traffic was the other way. And even in the afternoon, it's not that bad coming off 146 and the timing was pretty good. So I think the traffic lights are working good.
Yeah, no, lights work great.
It's saving us 2 details a day. So
Yeah.
it's almost $1,000 a day that we save
Yeah.
by using those. And that was the whole intent because we couldn't fill police details, and that's what happened over here. That's why we set them up.
Good.
So that's been working good. We've been using flaggers over here for the most part. I think we had bread for 1 day, but other than that, it's mostly been flaggers over there.
I see a lot of companies are starting to use flaggers now.
Yeah, that's
Well, they can't fill the detail.
crazy to use flaggers, except for the fact that you can't fill a detail.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you it's night and day. The communication's a little lacking between the two flaggers.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah. That's good.
yeah, I think that's it.
Nice.
Alrighty. We're gonna work on the fee discussion.
I'm not prepared tonight to really, to work, to get into those. I don't know if the other guys are or not, but I had just looked at them briefly before I came to the meeting, so.
Oh, you just got them.
Yeah, so I didn't really have a chance to, if you guys wanna go through it. I just wanted to,
Wanna hold that over until next meeting?
have you,
I know me.
okay, yeah, have you looked at them at all? Looked at everything?
I mean, yeah, for what we have.
Okay,
Like I said, I think there's still other things we need to add, but
yeah, that's what I mean, if I.
until I
wanna
have
go
time to
through it,
write up some new policies
Yeah.
and stuff,
I wanna just go through them and take a peek.
I didn't notice those part.
So we'll put that off to the next meeting?
Yeah, if you don't mind, I mean, that's just good.
Nope.
That's fine.
I mean, same thing with the year-end discussion, because I got it all with Gene at the end of last week, but I haven't had time to put it all together for you guys to have a package to go through
Okay,
and see where we stand. We're fairly decent. We held back on spending last year quite a bit. We had so much going on, we didn't have time to work on some of the stuff that we wanted to here. But as for projects, I just got this in today. So these are as part of the asset management program that we're doing on the wastewater side. These are some of the things that they came up with that we need to do. The engineers are kind of saying that these are things that we need to have in the FY24 budget, so we should go to fall town meeting to get this much money. But, you know, they're looking for, they want to do the engineering on like sandblasting and recoating the filter tanks. We're already in the process of that. I just got to get the quotes done right. The disc filter covers, we're already in the process of that. You know, they're saying 110,000. We'll do it ourselves for far less than that.
Which one was that? Disc filter cover?
Yeah, so the mechanical disc filter cover. Well, they were talking about it. Actually, there's two different things: covering the filters themselves, and then they were talking about like a bug screen over the filters. Because I don't know if you guys have ever walked in the filter building down there.
Yeah, I did once. That's the last time I did it.
Also,
So they're talking about putting some kind of filter screen over the top of it, so that you don't have as many filter flies in there when you walk in. Kind of make sure you don't breathe through your mouth. So there's replace the sump pumps in the filter room with gravity drain. They're saying $42,000. We're looking at drilling a hole through the wall. Sandblast the sludge pump station interior. That's, I don't know if you may have been down in there before. That little vault down in the back where the sludge
yeah.
pumps are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely needs to be redone inside, but you know, it's been that way since it was put
I was probably the last one to paint it.
probably. But it, very well if you look at the paint job, probably. Did you use one of those edgers?
Yeah. No, we used to use that for the floor and the walls. We used to use that Chesterton paint that was like $55 a gallon.
The epoxy stuff.
Yeah, and that was like, you know, I was like 18, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Why
Yeah,
would-
no, it definitely needs some work in there, but
I checked that out one time.
certainly not high on the priority list. But,
Yeah.
repair cracks on exterior roof. They had 11,000. I'm not even sure which cracks they're talking about. So I gotta, you know, like I said, they just sent me this today.
Mm-hmm.
It was just because I told them I had a meeting today, so they were trying to get me to get you guys to approve some of this for the fall town meeting. Replace the sludge pump station exhaust fan, 33 grand. Replace the sludge pump station electrical heater for 11,000. It's one of those little electric Modines.
Mm-hmm.
Repoint exterior stone veneer, 22,000. Precast stairs to the SBR tanks for 11,000.
Why is that?
Just if you go down this side of the tanks, you know, it's like a 2 or 3 foot step down.
Yep.
We usually just hop back and forth between things, but
Yep.
it's kind of a safety issue.
So $11,000 for a set of precast stairs?
Well, there's 2 or 3 of them that you need, but I don't know how much they cost.
Not that much.
Yeah, some of the spots we just threw cinder blocks there. But,
But then again, when you're dealing
Yeah,
with,
let's say
when you're
nowadays.
dealing with
so the big thing is the aluminum toe plates around the SBR tanks. So $181,000 for that.
And what's that?
So if you walk around the tanks,
Yep.
there's nothing to keep you from falling through. So that's a safety requirement.
Isn't there a railing?
Huh?
Isn't there a railing?
There's a railing, but if you slip on the tank, you go right under the railing. So like if you look right here on this little ramp that's 4 inches high, they put a toe plate so you don't fall through.
Okay.
We got a 22-foot drop inside the tank,
Yeah.
and there's no toe plate, so.
181,000.
Yeah.
That's just for engineering.
That shouldn't be engineering, that should be the cost to do it. I don't know why they put that as engineering. I don't know where there'd be $181,000 of engineering to say put up a 4-inch aluminum plate and screw it to the
That's what
to the rails.
I don't see that.
I'm
being- I don't
assuming
s-
they meant contractor on that one.
Yeah, I don't see that being that expensive.
Me either. And then replacement of the SBR blower stage. I did kind of have a plan on those because we are nearing the end of life on those. So we'll probably replace one with a new one, send that one out, get a rebuilt, have that for one on the shelf, and then probably one a year we'll replace the blower stages. They're not terribly expensive, but they are crucial to the operation, so.
Yeah. So just to go through that and see which.
Yeah,
ones
so
we
we'll
can
go through the whole list.
What we can do in-house or
Yeah.
with somebody local on a smaller scale.
God, those engineering fees are outrageous, huh?
I mean, I think we get a local welder to come in and, oh, you can weld them on there, God's sakes. Although you wanna remove them though, right?
There's some sections that have to be removed, others that don't. So I don't know that there would be need to remove them. You could do the sections that remove, you could put the toe plate on
Yeah,
those
make it-
sections
yeah,
so
make
it
it
all comes out as
yeah.
one piece. Yeah, I'd have to think about that. I mean, I
Yeah.
can't justify 181,000. And it is a safety issue, but
I know, we wanna make sure it's correct, but if we can hire
yeah.
O'Leary, which is right down the road, who does stuff for the town.
And I don't know if you need to weld them. I mean, these ones on this over here are just, they look like they're
Self-tap.
tech screws that
Yeah.
went through.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, it's just a.
But I mean, it's still,
Yeah.
there's a lot of square footage there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Speaking,
linear
Going
footage
over
of
that.
aluminum plate is probably a huge cost for just the material alone. So I mean, we can price that out. I don't know if- Is aluminum up
Yeah.
on prices? I know stainless was
that was for the post
I'm
office,
sure it
right?
is, probably.
cheap. Anyway, that
Yeah.
just came in today. I just wanted to show you those.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna come down, let me call you back, I'm at a meeting. All right, no problem, bye-bye.
Yeah, so we can go through that.
Yeah, I'll go through those. We'll try to.
I mean, you know, something like that toe plate thing, something that should have been done when the plant was built.
It should have, and I think that was one of the things that
Didn't
you
get
know
finished.
they went bankrupt.
Bankrupt.
You collected on the
That
on
was
the
on
bond.
the list, I can remember. Yeah.
Yeah, you collected on the bond, and that wasn't the priority that you got to use the bond money for, and you probably ran out of bond money. So
Yeah.
There were a few things. We didn't get all the supplies. We
yeah,
didn't
there
get
was
the
no
bulbs.
spare parts. Yeah,
We were supposed to get all extra parts for everything.
Yeah. I mean, even the backing up to the for the trucks, you know, that should have been concrete the whole length of the trailer truck.
Yep.
You know, should have been, you know, 50 feet of concrete right there.
yeah, it's sinking in pretty good where the back tires are now.
Probably have to cut that out at
So
some
we'll have
point.
to do something. You know, probably
Yeah.
cut a big patch, form it up, and pour a concrete pad.
Yeah.
Another thing I worry about a concrete pad is if things move or settle, I hit that thing with a plow. So I don't know. We'll do something about it, but it should have been poured as concrete from the beginning. So project updates. I kind of went over where we stood on these things.
Yeah.
We had a meeting to discuss all the updates for North Street, the projected project going up there. Did you go to any of those meetings?
No.
Okay. So there was discussions on, you know, trying to straighten the road a little bit, take some of the curves out. We met with it was primarily two homeowners that would be affected more than anyone else. One is the one right next to the tank, and the other is Green's old place.
Mhm.
Green lived there forever. They
Yeah.
told us, "Oh, take as much as you
Yeah.
want."
Yeah.
Then they moved before we get to that part. So right there at Greens, it would be a significant stone wall. The guy kind of wants to match what's there instead of the new ready block or any of that stuff. So it'll add a little cost, but I think that's
And it's cool.
really insignificant compared. You know, let's make the guy happy.
Mhm.
So I think that's what I recommended to the engineers, was to kinda, dry stack with mortar or something to match kinda what's there, so it still has that same look.
Yeah,
I don't
That's
think
fair.
that's too much to ask.
no,
And I think because of the height of the wall, it would probably need like a split rail fence or railing going around it. Cause I think it's gonna be up around 4 feet high for that wall after cutting into where they need to.
mhm,
The plan showed keeping sidewalk all on one side, so that'd be on
Left side.
Pond Street side,
Yep.
going up that side of the road. And that would be from Gilboa all the way to, can't remember if it goes past the playground. Yeah, it does. Goes past the playground, yeah, all the way down north, I believe.
yeah,
Fix some drainage. We did have some discussion, we need to kinda probably reach out and see who's got some pumps that are pumping out. I know there's a few that pump out kinda towards the road. We'll tie those into the drainage system.
mhm,
Spot fix any issues with the sewer. We got a couple I&I issues up there, minor though. Should be easily repaired instead of replacing the whole sewer.
they're gonna bring the drainage all the way up to,
Yeah.
Up past,
Basically up to Pond Street, and then there's
Yeah.
some more beyond
yeah,
in other areas.
coming down. That'd be nice, fix that area.
Yeah, yeah. I have some video of how the water flows down there.
Yeah,
And I think there was a little bit of sloping issue, kind of where Prentice Court is, that corner. It's that hard corner, of course, we're gonna take some of the corner out, straighten that out a little bit, but it also slopes the wrong way.
yeah, it comes down, like I'm at pretty much at the top where
Yeah.
it starts. And it comes down and it gets to like the manhole, and it switches, and it
Shifts
goes to the
over, yeah.
left.
Goes to
And
the
it
other
goes up
side.
and comes down and it goes back over, and some will go in,
Yeah.
that first one.
Some goes,
Yeah.
and then most of it goes right down to
Yeah,
Gilboa
it
Street.
switches around a little bit. And as it goes down further, it picks up more and more and more.
Yeah.
And I think with the sidewalk and granite curbing,
Yeah,
that'll direct it to drains a lot better than
Yeah.
what it does now.
yeah,
Get all those ones that are off the road, that it goes right by them
yeah,
on the majority of those.
yeah.
So I think we're still up in the air on the tank as to the style, whether it be a elevated spheroid or the composite tank that has kind of that concrete looking cylinder going up, and then the tank on top of that. Yeah, I kept saying I like the look of the spheroid better, the one that kind of looks a little sleeker than the other style that was like that.
Mhm.
It has concrete and then a steel tank. I almost prefer just have all steel. They were trying to say you get more storage underneath, you'll have a garage door instead of just a man door. But I said, all right, give me the specs on how much space we're gonna have underneath. And I wanna say it was like 140 square feet or something. I'm like, that's like less than this office. So
Put your lawnmower in there.
that's what it's
Yeah,
not worth me driving up there to put the lawnmower in
Yeah.
it, but they say it's that many square feet, but then you're gonna lose some because you're gonna have a spiral staircase going up around the inside of that. And then you've got the tube in the middle that goes up for the water. The water pipe goes up the middle of that. So, okay, that many square feet, but lose a little bit on the edges, lose the center, so you got a little ring around the center. I'm like,
yeah,
I don't have to see it every day, people that live there do. I think the smaller style looks better to me. But we'll still have that discussion, I guess.
yeah.
I don't think the additional storage is the argument, because I don't think you gain a whole lot there. I mean, if we were gaining enough to put the light towers in there,
Mhm.
the traffic trailers, if we could fit those in there so they'd be stored inside, then I'd say, yeah, go for that, but you can't even fit one of those in there, never mind both of them. So,
Yeah,
There's no room in it. We can't even get those in the mobile, right?
I haven't tried yet. I had them outside over at Mobile for a little bit. We had them down back here, but yeah, I'll find a place for him sooner or later.
speaking of mobile, looks like he's pretty well.
Yeah, he
Is he
pretty
done?
much finished today. I went over and met him.
Did you go over
We
there?
looked at everything over there.
I
They
drove
did a
in
good
there.
job over there.
I drove in there on the end of last week.
Yeah.
Looked good. He still had a bunch of stuff to do, but
Yeah, he was there today.
was he?
He was worried about the wires, so he didn't want to get too close. And I said, "They're dead. We get them shut off." He's like,
Right.
"Oh, okay."
I had told him stay clear of the wires. I said I thought they were live,
Yeah.
so I just said make sure you stay clear.
If
of
they were
them.
still alive, we would have got the pole up by now.
But looks good.
Yeah, he did a good job. He finished up today.
I was surprised on some of those trees he took down.
Oh, I know. I know, and in the video, the tractor looked bigger, but when you go up and see the tractor, I'm like,
Yeah.
that little thing did that?
Yeah. The way it's set up, it chewed it. I mean, it was chewing some trees like this, pine trees.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I told him we'd probably want him to come back probably once a year, if not twice. We'll see.
Yeah.
But this initial round, I mean, that was after a few years, so
Yeah. He had his work
it'll go a
cut out.
lot quicker. And I've got some areas probably over Primary and probably down here that we want to get done too.
Did he get inside the fence in there?
Yeah, I didn't see if he finished. There's a drainage moat that goes down along one side. I don't know if he was able to get over. He said he'd get over if he could, but he didn't think he could.
Oh.
And I know there was a little platform to drive over, but I don't know if it was wide enough for his machine. But he said he'd look at it and see if he could get over there.
Yeah, it looked good from what I seen. I didn't walk around too much. Gotta get out and look around a little bit.
Yeah. So the next thing I think over there, we gotta see if we can get a price to get all those pines down. The ones that go right along
yeah.
the road.
You know what I think about the one that's inside the fenced-in area next to the building?
Yeah. There's one inside
Goes
there.
up and it's gonna.
There's one outside there. There's another one inside where the whole row of them is.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of those are pretty dead.
Yeah.
Come down to take the whole damn building down.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to take everything down to Primary. That looks terrible over there. That whole pine grove right there.
Oh yeah, we took a lot of that down.
Yeah, you took a lot
That
out
stuff.
of that.
I'm
Yeah.
done with that.
And every once in a while on a weekend I take some down. Drop it in.
Yep.
So that guy that was doing that said he had a friend of his does
Trees.
the big trees in Chippen. Said to get a price and then I'll reach out to Hurley or something, see if he can give us a price. I know Hurley's got that giant machine though.
Yeah.
Chip all that, yeah.
Just grabs it. Yeah, good.
What else? I think that's about it. Unless you guys got any questions on North Street or any of that.
No.
If you wanted to kind of see the whole layout, they're all sitting there on that table.
Yeah. I'll take a peek. I think I seen them. I think I seen the one set of them already, but I don't think I seen the.
I don't know that it really showed the drainage upgrades. It kind of showed more the road alignment and what trees might be coming down.
I think I've seen those.
But I think they did like blown up satellite imagery of them. And there's, I don't know, probably 50 or 60 feet of them to lay out the whole road up there. So,
Mm-hmm. Good. Yeah, it'll be nice. Get that sidewalks will be nice.
yeah.
What's the timeline on that?
We're shooting for next summer,
How's the grant looking on that? Is there anything?
October. We find out.
October. Nice.
All right.
Yep.
All right, I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 7:52.
Second?
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Aye.